Hey guys, it's just me again. So today, as requested, I'll be showing you guys how to make moving backgrounds. So the first thing you do is to get a new page and make sure it's in this pixelation, like this ratio, and you can just zoom out. Then you get a background. You can get it from Pinterest or anywhere. And I'll just be using the one that I used in the Wings Club Secret of the Star Magia. If I can just find it, I'll scroll down and then I'll use that one that I used in the scene where Nevaeh was running. Then you expand it to whatever space you need. I might use the perspective mode though to shape it out. Yeah, just gonna fix that. Okay. Now, depending on how you want your characters to move will depend, like, make how basically the background will move. So for this, still gotta shape that a bit, just sorry, gotta make that perfect. Now, for this, we'll be making the characters running horizontally. Now we'll go to the special effects and the moving blur right there. Now for the moving blur, since they're running, it'll be at a 180-degree angle. Now, the strength of the blur determines how fast your characters are running. The more the blur, the faster they're moving. But for this, I think I'll just put it somewhere like in the middle, like 75. Okay, so that's how you get the blur. So that's pretty much all you're doing here. Save the image, and that's all. You can do this on pretty much any editing, like Ibis Paint type of software, but I use Ibis Paint. Now in InShots, I just come here to video, new project, and get my blurred image. So what I do here is I go there and I reduce my time to 0.1 because the shorter the time, the faster the movement will be. If they were just walking, there would be no need to blur it and make it so fast. So you're probably wondering how I do the keyframes. I just expand it like this, so now I have the space to put in these triangle keyframes. So now I expand it so I have more space to move from left to right or from right to left. So I'll just angle it in a way where the character can be like in the center and it's implied that their feet are touching the ground while we are seeing their face. So you just choose which way. If it's left to right, that means your character is moving to the left. But if it's right to left, your character is moving to the right, or vice versa. So I'm just picking which way I want them to run and trying to angle it the best that I can. Also try to keep your background aligned so it doesn't look like they're running all wonky, unless of course your character is running like slantedly. You could play a little trick of the eye and make it look like the background's moving wonky with them as well, so that would be a good trick to use. So I'm just trying to align this. I'm pretty bad at this. InShot doesn't really have the same stability thing that a light motion has, but I personally find it easier to edit the backgrounds in InShot than I do a light motion. But as I said before, you can pretty much use anything. You could use CapCut, you could use InShot, you could use KineMaster. It's essentially like the same logic. So here I think I finally gotten it. It's as aligned as I could possibly get it for this little rush video. Now what you're going to do is you're going to duplicate this clip with the keyframes as many times as you need. If your characters are running for 10 seconds, you keep duplicating it till it reaches 10 seconds. You just keep going, and then when you go to the beginning, you see it's moving really fast. So if I was animating like Sonic running or something, I would probably use this. And this is what I even used for Nevaeh because she was running really fast and she was panicking. So yeah. This is how we do a straight running background. Okay, now, to do a falling background, like how if a character's falling from the sky or from the ceiling, this is how you do it. Now you'd zoom it in where it's kind of cutting out a bit of the ceiling and the floor at the same time. And then for your blurring, instead of 180, you're gonna put it to 90 degrees. So it's like a straight 90 degrees. And again, the faster they're falling, the slower they're falling, depends on how strong the blur will be. But I think I'm just gonna put it around like 100, I think. Yeah, 100 should be okay. Just, that should be not too fast, not too slow. Then we'll save this. again and go into what the hell? Can you like move? Thank you. Go into InShot again. I'll just save this in my draft for now and go back and get a new project and then get the fall background. Now we're essentially doing the same thing we did before. We'll just zoom in and then edge it more towards the top because that's where the character is falling from, and we'll make it 0.1 seconds as well. Okay, we've done that. Now we expand it so we have space to put the keyframes, and the first keyframe will be from the top where the character is falling from, and then we'll put them at the bottom, not too much, like towards the bottom where they'll fall to. Now again, we'll duplicate it multiple times to get the full falling clip. Now as you can see, in 0.1, it's pretty fast, so they'd have to be falling super fast for that to make sense. But what you can do if you wish for a slower falling scene is rather than 0.1 seconds, you can make it like 0.2 or 0.3 and just basically like reset your keyframe, remove the middle one, and then now you have 0.2 seconds. And again, you just duplicate it over and over and over as many times as you need. And now the falling scene is smaller. Of course, you can zoom it in a little more to make it look more focused on your character, but this is the basic way I make moving backgrounds in Gacha. I hope you enjoyed it and stay tuned for my next tutorial video. Bye!